we know the laws of gravity and how this works.
Well, when you say we know the laws,
It is known.
you know the laws.
It is known by a subset of the human species how and why this happens.
Sure.
Welcome back to another episode of I Never Like To with Matteo Lane and Nick Smith. And today we're talking to Dr. Neil deGrasse Tyson. Now, this is insane that you're here.
Yes.
I think
I gotta be somewhere in the universe. I might as well be right here on your podcast.
on this podcast. Yeah.
You will be the smartest person either of us will ever talk to in our
In our
entire life.
entire lives.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just to catch you up, our listeners have struggled with Nick's lack of knowledge about simple things.
I see.
And so we really think this is a great opportunity, not only to promote your book, but for you to sort of explore the depths of Nick's
Ignorance.
Yes.
So therein is the challenge to the educator.
It's a
If
challenge.
the educator does not want to help someone who is very low in their awareness, then why do you wear the badge of educator?
Right.
I mean, just if you only want to teach smart people, go home.
Well, have you ever
you
dealt
go.
with a student that will gaslight you and frustrate you to the point you want to rip your hair out?
No, that's where the rubber hits the road of what kind of educator you are.
Right.
But there are times where you just want to give up.
Well, daily.
Okay.
This one.
Now, hear me out. I do want to learn.
No, that's important. That's an important first step as an educator.
See?
But I'll give you an example of a moment where you're just ready to give up, but you don't.
Okay.
Okay? I showed a very detailed artistic rendering of the asteroid that took out the dinosaurs. Okay? There's an artist who draws this kind of thing. Big old asteroid hitting
Which,
Earth.
real quick, he thought was called the Big Bang Theory. Go ahead.
And I thought it was
Continue.
a comet.
Yeah, no. So this was definitely not a comet, and there's like a pterodactyl flying, and this sort of thing.
Right.
And in the front row, I showed it in a high school auditorium, and who sits in the front row in a high school auditorium? Who sits in the front row?
The losers.
The nerds. Okay, to you, maybe they're one and the same.
Sure.
Back in my day, they were the losers, but now,
The
of
smart
course,
kids.
everyone works for them.
That's
Exactly.
right.
And they're the
That's
richest
right.
people in the world.
The kids that cared more.
Right. So in my lifetime, I saw that transition. And the pivot point was, I think, the film The Revenge of the Nerds. That was a pivot point for the stock value of nerds in our society. But I show this picture, and someone in the front row, nerd, says, Dr. Tyson, is that an actual photo? And there comes a time you just want to give up. You just want to, and I didn't have this snark in me today.
Of the asteroid.
Yeah, no,
Think of a pterodactyl.
there's a pterodactyl flying there. Okay, so
Okay.
so
And that we don't have photos of.
I wasn't.
But we have the bones.
I wasn't as snarky then. I had no snark as I do today. So then I said, no, it's a painting. But today,
You would have
Yeah.
struck him.
I would have said, yes, it's a photo. The pterodactyl had a digital camera and it took the pictures, and we found the fossils, and we got the SD chip, and we put it in. And I wanted to see at what point does he say, okay, I get it.
Right.
It's not. So there comes a time when you want to give up, but you don't. And that is the soul of the educator.
Well, then you
Which
really have
partly
your
why
work.
the book is there to explain a lot of things as well.
Yes, and the Merlin book is because it's written through a pen name, so it's kind of fun. You're not speaking to a Chat GPT, a soulless entity that's just handing you information.
That's what most people call me.
Is that right?
Soulless. Just soulless.
Look into their eyes and it's blank.
Yeah.
There's no
100%.
So the Merlin character enables you and Merlin, the answerer, to have fun together in a way, because it's not just a wiki page of answers. There's a celebration of learning at whatever is your level of inquiry. And so I think the better educators will think about the full spectrum of how people learn, because not everyone learns the same way. That takes a little bit of effort.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, what do? You're facing the chalkboard or whatever they're made of today.
Right.
And you just writing on the chalkboard. And you expect everyone to meet you 90% of the way there.
Right.
Or you can turn around, face them, and put the obligation on yourself to figure out how everybody learns. and then deliver information that best can be received by their receptors.
Well, like the slightest engagement, because I wasn't a good student, but even as a stand-up comic, I know what it's like to be in a room and get everyone on the same
You got
page.
a stand-up comic, same thing.
Well.
If
Well, but not everyone's going to understand the joke the same way.
yeah, and
Yeah,
so it's
yeah.
up to you. It's not up to them. It's up to you to make sure that they all have access to your humor.
Right.
If not, you're floating away, and it's the last gig you're going to have.
Are you surprised by the lack of knowledge, like basic knowledge that a lot of people have, even just about our solar system, about space, about planets,
I think it's not as bad as it used to be because science.
Really?
Oh,
I'll tell you,
this is
because
bad.
science fiction now has the entire geekosphere looking over its shoulder.
Yeah.
Sure.
Think about it. So you go to Comic-Con. Okay, these are the nerds or whatever.
Yeah.
You losers. You call them.
I'm there, by the way.
No, he's front and center.
I'm
Look at his
front
arm.
and center. Yeah.
Okay, you go to Comic-Con, everybody's cosplaying and everything. And here's what's interesting. They will celebrate, what color is your lightsaber and how, is Xena's, skirt positioned the right way or is Thor's hammer wielded correctly, So they'll fantasize about this, but every one of them is scientifically literate.
Right.
So if there's some science that the show gets wrong or a movie and it's kind of blunt science, they're going to call it out and it's going to be talked about in the blogs and in people's chat spaces. And so
This would never happen. And
Right,
a spaceship did this and that. Yeah.
And they're all based on
wait,
real.
do they all have that voice?
Yes. Anytime I read any kind of complaint, like some ridiculous complaint,
You put on your complaint voice.
oh, it is. Like in Star Wars, they're like, a spaceship would never. I'm like, the Force, we should start with the Force. Let's start with Yoda. It's a puppet.
Maybe the person complaining says, that would never happen. It's possible to have a deep voice and complain.
That's true.
Hey, I just want everyone to know that I'm really offended by.
I posted once with Star Wars The Force Awakens.
Okay.
Which I think was the introduction of BB-8.
Yeah, it
Very
was 10,
cute.
10 years ago.
Yeah,
it came out.
a while back. And all I said was BB-8, a smooth rolling metal spherical ball, would have skidded uncontrollably on sand. Just pointed that out. Meanwhile, it's just moving around like have you ever driven on sand with tires that have treads? You can't. There's no traction.
Right.
You have a smooth. So I posted that, and as well as like a dozen other comments, but that one apparently tipped the scales. And someone replied to it and just simply said, and you can see my comment. They said, "Shut the fuck up." That was it. And it was, I'm so unappreciated. Okay. Here's my point.
Yeah.
Okay. Plus, I don't know if you had an agenda here because I've just
No,
been
it's all
talking.
We'll get to it. We got
Okay,
conversation. I want you to see his knowledge of the universe.
all
and then we can,
conversational.
Got it. So
you'll be shocked.
So what was I saying with the
About
Which-
the
BB-8
BB-8 in the comments.
BB and comment
And shut the fuck up.
Okay. So all I ask, and I don't think this is much to ask, I think is to get the same respect you would give a friend of yours who might be, let's say, a car expert.
Right.
And you see a period piece, let's say it takes place in the 50s, and parked on the street is a 1960 Chevy Bel Air. Mm-hmm. And they'll say, no, they didn't make those yet. This movie takes place in 1957. They made a mistake. You say, hey, you know your cars. Or if you have a friend who specializes in fashion and clothing, and there's a Jane Austen period piece, let's say, the carriage drives up to the country home, and the gentleman gets out with a top hat instead of a derby, but apparently in that period, the derby was in style, and they comment on it and say, hey, you know your styles. That's the only kind of respect I'm asking for. If I say BB-8 would have skidded uncontrollably, you would say, hey, you know your physics, rather than shut the fuck up. That's
So
all.
instead, they could have been like, "Hey, good point, but please still shut the fuck up."
God, Nick.
Then you're like, okay, at least they acknowledge. They acknowledge.
We're good with that.
Yeah.
Okay. We're totally good.
So it's exciting to have you here for a number of reasons.
Thank you.
And we were nervous, but also I just this is really for the fans that watch the show. We, for example, one of the episodes. Now, I have very basic knowledge of, science, weather.
Oh, wait, I
whatever.
didn't finish my point.
Oh, yeah,
My
go
point
ahead.
was that because you have the nerdosphere, the geekosphere, looking over the shoulder of people who are producing science fiction, the basic fact levels have gone up.
Yeah.
So people do know that there are planets that orbit a star, and that's the solar system. There are other star systems. There are other planets around other star systems. We're in a galaxy, and there are other galaxies far, far away.
Right.
So the basic mapping of the universe has very good fluency, I think, because of that reason.
Yeah.
So, and that's better than it was 10, even 20 years ago.
Definitely, yeah.
Well, based on that, I need to know where you stand with Pluto.
Oh, it's not. I don't have any stances.
No.
I
we
just
want
have
a stance.
I don't have stances. I just have facts.
Okay. Which is, because I don't know.
Nick, first off, what do you think Pluto is?
So in high school, when they made an announcement,
from
it
a
was
town
no
of
longer
26
a
people, by the
planet.
way.
I sang a song about it.
You sang a song. You wrote a song, or do you?
No, someone wrote a song, and I sang how it wasn't a planet anymore. But I hear it's now a planet again. Did I just make that up?
You made it up.
No, you didn't make it up. There was a movement to try to
Oh, okay.
bring it back, but that's not happening
It's not. Why?
because Pluto had it coming.
Wow.
Pluto, every Plutophile, every Pluto lover that I've met, I have found, and 90% of them, they're missing certain fundamental bits of information about Pluto, which they had to be in order to maintain that level of love for the little bugger, okay? For example, so you're a Pluto lover, I presume.
He doesn't even know what Pluto is.
I don't know much about it, but I just felt bad. It's like the runt of the litter, and they kicked it out of the nest.
This is compassion and empathy.
That's what they say about
beyond
me.
measure.
Exactly.
I don't know anything about it, but I feel for it. How do you live every day?
We don't know.
With the suffering in the world.
I don't. But imagine the runt of a litter, and then you kick it out of the nest.
Nick, why don't you tell Neil what you think Pluto is and why you think it is or isn't
Well,
a planet?
that's my next question. Why wouldn't it be a planet anymore? It's round.
Oh, God,
It
that
is.
doesn't make it a planet.
It is.
And at some point,
Baseball's around too. Yeah. I'm just saying. No, but you're right. You're right. Being
Now,
round.
come on now.
Being round. I didn't mean to belittle it that badly.
No. This is a podcast where you
But
absolutely can
at
unleash
some
them.
point,
Being-
there were characteristics that they thought it was a planet. So why no longer was it considered one?
Okay. So you really want to hear this?
Yeah, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Lay it out.
All right. Wow. Like, do you want the long version of this? You got time
Whatever.
for this?
We have
Whatever.
Whatever
Okay.
you
All right, I'm
feel.
gonna give you
And
the
a
long
bridge
version.
or whatever you want to
I'm going to
tell
give you the
us.
long version, and this will go online if people want to hear the whole story.
That's right.
Then that'll be a
Perfect.
very clippable, a clickbaitable
Yes.
segment of this podcast.
And I might intervene every once in a while to check in if Nick is understanding what's
All right.
happening right
so
now.
it's my job to make sure he does.
Yes.
At every turn.
Are you up for this challenge? I don't think you know what you're about to step into.
All right. Back when the planets we knew about went out to Neptune, so Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Okay? We looked at Neptune's orbit, and it wasn't quite following the laws of physics, the gravitational laws of physics. And so either we found the edge of Newton's laws of gravity beyond which they don't apply in the universe. That would be odd. Or maybe there's another planet out there that we haven't reckoned in the equations that's tugging on it. That's why it's moving oddly compared to our expectations.
Already, I'm going to stop you because I'm. Do you understand that?
So the planets affect each other?
Yes, everything
Really?
affects everything. Yes, it's not just planets orbiting the sun. The planets have gravity.
Okay, so that's
and the
why.
planets tug on each other.
So I thought the sun affected the planets.
Yes.
I didn't know the planets also affected
Like,
each
Nick,
other.
for example, Jupiter saved our ass multiple times because its gravitational pull is so strong. It's pulling in asteroids, things that would have maybe come towards us, but it hits Jupiter because it's so big and powerful.
And each planet is equidistant from each other?
No, very different thing. But just know that the moon orbits Earth
Right.
because Earth has gravity and the moon has gravity. It's not just the sun. The sun is not the only player in this story.
Which is like when you take two magnets that are same and they push away from each other.
That would be a repulsive force. Gravity is an attractive force. Yeah. But if you go the positive and negative side, then they would pull towards
Okay, so I wasn't
each other.
fully wrong.
Yes, you were absolutely wrong.
You get a C- on that.
Yeah. And that's
Passing.
yeah.
It's passing. All right.
Okay.
So there was a wealthy amateur astronomer from New England called Percival Lowell.
What a
the
name.
Lowell family.
Okay.
Yes. And he was wealthy. He wanted to find the planet that's tugging on on Neptune,
Okay.
the outermost planet. He wanted to find it. So it was the hunt for Planet X.
Okay.
This is the first appearance of Planet X. All right. First awareness that maybe there's such a thing out there. So he builds an observatory in the best observing location. He figures out, if I'm going to have an observatory, I want to put it on a mountain. That way, if it's cloudy, maybe the clouds are below the mountain. That can happen, right? And then and the air is still, and it's clean, and much less moisture, water vapor. So he's good. Then he's rich, so he just gets the best telescope there is. All right.
He put it on a mountain.
Yes. And
Which mountain?
It's a mountain in Arizona.
Arizona?
Because it's dry. It's desert.
No
Oh,
clouds.
I was thinking Everest or something.
Oh, yeah.
Arizona?
That would be hard to get to. You know?
But that's
He
high
found
up.
out yesterday that Mount Everest. He
Yeah,
thought
Mount
it was
Everest
in
is very high
Colorado.
up.
No, I thought it was
We
in Canada.
We
but
explained it was in China and Nepal, and also but the name doesn't sound Chinese. I was like, it just.
It's called colonization.
well, that's what we learned. The guy that discovered.
That's
I've since learned.
okay. That's why it was not Mumbai, it was Bombay, okay, in
Gotcha.
India. The Brits couldn't pronounce anybody else's words.
Sure.
So they just made stuff up.
Okay, before we get back to our usual bickering, we need to talk about something serious for about 30 seconds. And no, Matteo, you can't interrupt me. Even as lawmakers' attacks on sexual and reproductive health intensify, Planned Parenthood is committed to serving people from all walks of life, no matter what. Even as lawmakers try to ban abortion, slash funds people rely on for care, and shut down Planned Parenthood health centers, Planned Parenthood never backs down. Sexual and reproductive health care, whether it's birth control, abortion, cancer screenings, gender-affirming care, or sexual education, are about people's fundamental freedom to make decisions about their own bodies. That's something worth fighting for, don't you think? Supporters like you power this work. Donate to support Planned Parenthood now at plannedparenthood.org/defend. If you're still overpaying for wireless, it's time to say yes to saying no. At Mint Mobile, their favorite word is no. No contracts, no monthly bills, no overages, no hidden fees, no BS. Here's why you should say yes to making the switch and getting premium wireless for $15 per month. Ditch overpriced wireless and their jaw-dropping monthly bills, unexpected overages, and hidden fees. Plans start at $15 per month at Mint. All plans come with high-speed data and unlimited talk and text delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. Use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and bring your phone number along with all of your existing contacts. I may still be on my parents' phone plan, but one day they will kick me off it. And when they do, I will need this product, and it's what I will use when I have to switch. Ready to say yes to saying no? Make the switch at mintmobile.com/I-never-liked-you. That's mintmobile.com/I-never-liked-you. Upfront payment of $45 required, equivalent to $15 per month. Limited time new customer offer for the first 3 months only. Speeds may slow above 35 gigabytes on unlimited plan. Taxes and fees extra. See Mint Mobile for details.
Okay.
So this guy did Arizona.
He went to Arizona,
'Cause it was dry.
and he built an observatory there. And guess what the name of the observatory is?
Lowell.
Lowell Observatory.
Nailed it.
See? I
Bravo.
got it.
That was an A.
Okay. And then he hires a guy named Clyde Tombaugh to conduct this search. All right. And they go for years and years, and they don't find. We'd say, well, if it's getting tugged on this way, the planet X should be over there.
Right.
You do the math. So you look over there, there's no planet. Well, maybe it's over there. No. So he said, let's do a systematic search for planet X. So they did a systematic search in the plane of the solar system, in the outer solar system. And they find this object. And they call it Pluto. It was named by the daughter of the head of the Cambridge Library, University of Cambridge Library, who had just learned mythology like that week and learned that a new planet was discovered really far out and heard that like Pluto is like the underworld. So she came up with this name, okay, once the discovery was announced. It was made it into the New York Times. Everyone assumed it had enough mass to do the tugging on Neptune.
Okay.
They just assumed that.
Right.
Sure.
Because if it's planet X, even though we didn't find it where we were supposed to, but okay, let's dust that under the rug.
That area is gray.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
right, okay. So it didn't have enough. They assumed it had that much mass. All right. More observations say, this is kind of smaller.
Right.
We don't think this is, well, how big is this? We don't know because it's too far away and it's too small and the telescopes aren't good enough. So some ways you find how big something is? When it's moving in the outer solar system, if it moves past a star, the distance between it and the star, if it blots out the star, then it's at least that size.
Damn.
This is very secondary ways
Right.
of knowing this. If it doesn't blot it out a star, it's smaller than that gap, okay? We kept doing this, and for every star that it came really close to, it was smaller than that.
Oh.
Pluto kept getting smaller and smaller. The upper limit of the size of Pluto kept getting smaller. Someone published a paper saying, if this keeps up, Pluto will disappear by 1989.
Oh, wow.
Okay. So,
And stars are also round.
yes, but I'll get to the round thing in a minute.
Okay.
It sounds like you're a little preoccupied with the round.
He's panicking.
But I will totally.
I'm
You'll get there, you'll
following.
get there.
I will.
I'm following.
We are all good there. All right. So we discover that Pluto has a moon.
Wow.
A moon. And we name moons after, follow the sentence now. We name, the planets are named for Roman gods.
They are?
Mercury, Venus,
Oh,
Jupiter.
wow. I never thought of it that way.
Yeah.
You didn't know Roman gods.
You have to know that there are Roman gods first and know what their names are second, and then see the planet
Venus.
name. Venus, Jupiter,
Like Neptune.
Saturn, Neptune. Yeah, Neptune. Okay. So, as an homage to the
Really
Roman
makes you think.
tracking of the history of this of the mythologies, then as an homage to the Greeks in this, the moons of planets are named for Greek characters in the life of the Greek counterpart after whom the planet was named. So, for example, Jupiter, one of its moons is Ganymede. Ganymede was the manservant to Zeus. And Zeus is the Greek counterpart to Jupiter, the lightning bolt wielding god.
Right.
Okay.
Okay? So this is our homage to the Greeks and the Romans.
But why is ours just called moon?
Because long ago, we didn't think we were a planet. We thought the
What?
whole universe revolved around us.
Oh, I did learn that.
And all the moving things were planets. And why would we be a planet if we're not in the sky?
Okay.
So therefore, we didn't so we actually do have a Latinized name for ourselves and for the moon. We're Terra.
I was going to say Terra. I speak Italian. So
I
it's
learned
Terra.
I learned that through Marvel, actually.
Marvel. Okay, yeah. Okay, good. Marvel Comics.
You
I
learned
guess.
that through Marvel?
The Marvel universe.
Yeah, they label it as Terra on...
Yeah. Very good. See, he knew something you didn't know.
Yeah. Exactly.
I brought your hand gesture there. Like that. I knew that's what you wanted to do. Thank you. Okay.
I did. I wanted to
Sleep
strike
soundly
him.
tonight thinking that
All right. So the moon was named Charon.
Karen.
Okay. Karen.
Like a blonde white woman.
C. A complaining blonde.
Yeah. That's what they came up with.
You can catch her at the aisles of Target complaining to the
To
manager.
the solar system
spelled
manager.
Charon.
Okay.
And the CH is a hard.
But it has that haircut.
It's a hard cut, as it is in Italian,
Right.
as it would be in Latin.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, because CH is a K.
That's right.
And C is a ch.
Yes, CI and CI is chi, and then CIA cha, and then CH k.
He's just showing off now. You know. Yeah, okay.
He does that.
He only has to say one thing in Italian.
What's that?
E mi chiamo.
Mi chiamano. And ciao. I say that a
Ciao
lot.
is good. Can I tell you the Italian word for suppository?
Yeah, I don't think I know what it is.
You know, you do actually.
I do?
Yeah. Okay. Innuendo.
Well, I've been doing a lot of innuendo. Yeah. My doctor's not too thrilled.
Innuendo.
Okay, so the moon was named Karen.
Karen is the ferry boat driver who brings your unfortunate dead soul across the river Styx into Hades.
Wow.
So that's the Greek. Again, that's how we do that. Anyhow, once we discovered the moon, we have orbital dynamics where we can get the mass of Pluto because we know the laws of gravity and how this works.
Well, when you say we know the law,
It is known.
you know the law.
It is known by a subset of the human species how and why this happens.
Sure.
All right. Once you do that, we
Four
said,
people in this room know what gravity is.
Yeah.
okay, then we find out, oh my gosh, Pluto has 1/5 the mass of our moon.
No.
Damn. Small.
It's that small.
Yes. Oh, sorry. Yes.
So
So what is
you
it, the size of New Jersey?
But I'm not done. But wait. Then we learned that more than half of its volume is ice.
Ooh.
So that if it were where Earth is right now, heat from the sun would evaporate the ice and it would grow a tail.
Yeah.
What?
That is, thank you.
And that'd
That
be
is
a
no
comet.
kind of behavior for a planet. Plus, Pluto, but no, I'm not ready for your question. Pluto,
And you never will be.
so Pluto also crosses the orbit of another planet.
So there's another?
No. It crosses the orbit of Neptune.
Oh.
Okay? No other planet crosses the orbit of any other planet. And the orbit is tipped relative to all the other orbits of the solar system, of the planets. So you say, what's up with that? So Pluto was already kind of in the exit lounge, okay, of the solar system as we're gathering this information.
Yeah.
Then, in the early 90s, I forgot the exact year, it might have been 93, we discovered another object orbiting out there with Pluto that rivaled Pluto in size, another icy object.
Oh my God.
Then we discovered another and another and another. And we said, wait a minute, maybe Pluto was never the 9th planet.
Right.
Maybe Pluto was the first object discovered in a new swath of real estate.
What?
In other words, so
It's
like
another
the
galaxy?
It's what we discovered is that there is a place in the solar system, a band
Okay.
that is highly populated by icy bodies, comets.
Wow.
And it's called the Kuiper Belt of comets, named after a person.
And they're still
who
being
proposed
pulled
it.
in by our sun. Like it's still
It's
the
still
solar
in
system's
orbit around the
gravitational
sun.
pull. Yeah.
And so
Okay.
Pluto is just the most visible. So Pluto went from being the puniest planet to being the king of the comets.
Yeah.
I know
think
that's right.
I think it's happier that way.
And
Sure.
Why wouldn't it be?
And our planets, while we're talking about like the mass and we're talking about planets and like the shape of it and stuff, I mean, is gravity essentially why planets are circular?
Getting there.
Okay.
Getting there.
But wait.
Hang on. Nope. I'm almost done. I'm almost done.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's looking bad for Pluto.
Real bad.
So then at where I work, at our new facility, which opened in the year 2000, the Rose Center for Earth and Space, right here in New York City, where we're recording this, we saw the writing on the wall. That's biblical for bad omens coming forward.
I thought Karen wrote it.
Karen wrote it. So the writing on the wall and said, let us take Pluto from the ensemble of planets and put an exhibit on this new swath of real estate and show Pluto as one of the preeminent members. We did this. The New York Times, a week later, headlines, but below the fold, said, Pluto not a planet, only in New York. And that's when I started getting hate mail from fourth graders.
Oh my God.
Okay?
From fourth graders.
Who would just memorize the order of the planets from
Well,
the sun.
him.
And so you might, what grade were you?
I was like a senior in high school.
No,
No, in the year 2000.
Oh.
What were you?
You would have been
Fourth
in
grade.
fourth
Oh,
grade.
no!
Neil, you got my letter?
Ow!
That was your first shut the fuck up, Neil. That's crazy.
You-
That's crazy.
You are
I apologize.
in my
I was
file
in my
cabinet
I was in my Karen era.
of angry letters from elementary school children. And plus whole classes, like the science teacher would get everyone to write a letter
Oh
and
my
send it in a
God.
packet. So
Wow.
Petitioning for Pluto.
So
just
what would
'cause they like the
happen
song.
6 years later is the world astrophysics community got together and said, we got to do something about Pluto. So we finally defined what a planet is.
So you were
A planet
part of this.
previously was not formally defined. You might not have known that. You might not have known that.
I didn't.
Okay? Actually, it was defined twice in the history of the word planet. First, by the Greeks. Planet. If it's light in the sky that moves among the background stars, it is a wanderer. The word for wanderer in Greek is planetes.
Huh.
And there were 7 known wanderers. Mercury, Venus, Mars, because Earth is not in the sky. We're on Earth. Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, the naked eye planets, the sun and the moon, because they also move against the background stars.
Right.
They were planets, the wanderers. And that's where we get the names for the 7 days of the week.
What?
What do you think? What of those 7, where do you think we got Saturday from? Pick a planet.
Saturn.
Thank you. Sunday. Help him out here, please.
I don't know, Domenica.
The sun.
Oh my God, you're right. Sun, Luna, oh yeah, Lunity.
Monday is the moon, and Latin American
Lunity, so
Lunity.
Luna.
Okay.
This is blowing my mind.
All right, and so all 7 of the original planets are
That blew my mind.
in our. Okay, and when Sunday became Domenicae,
Domenica,
referencing God, that's when it became the Sabbath, when Christianity had to change the day of the Sabbath from when the Jews celebrated it. Okay, so Sabado, that's actually for Sabbath.
Right.
Okay, but then Christianity took over and said can't have that, so they made Sunday the holy day. But that was just by decree.
Right.
It's not in the Bible or anything else. Anyhow, so our 7 days come from those 7, all of them, right? And oh, by the way, they're not all the Roman gods, but they're the corresponding gods. So
And that's where we got month names too?
no, you get
Oh.
like Caesars and things, Augustus and things. And
Oh, okay.
November was the 9th month until we added
Like Nove,
yeah. Okay, until
number 9.
My man is into his Italian here.
Don't.
Okay.
Don't.
December, DH.
Appease that.
Yeah, December was the 10th month. Decimal.
That's crazy.
December.
October.
Wait, what months did we add?
October is 8. Okay, so October, November, December, 8, 9, and 10.
That's crazy.
And then they added 2 more months. Augustus and Julius Caesar got July and August, and so that messed up the numbering system. But
That messed me up just
Okay.
now. I didn't even know that.
anyhow,
Okay, sorry.
Let me just take care of Pluto here.
Yes.
So in 2006, my world community of astrophysicists got together, and for the first time since then, defined what a planet is. Oh, by the way, when Copernicus showed and Galileo showed that Earth goes around the sun just like the other planets, then we became a planet
Gotcha.
at that point. But it wasn't tightly defined. It was just, does it go around the sun? Okay, it's a planet. All right, fine. Precisely defined. You ready? A planet is an object that's large enough for its gravity to turn it into a sphere. If you're small, the structural integrity of rocks is greater than the gravity that would otherwise squeeze it. So smaller objects like asteroids, they look like Idaho potatoes.
Right.
They're not spherical. Above a certain size, practically everything is spherical. All right. Does it satisfy that? Yes, it does. Put a check in that box. All right. What else? Does it command its orbital space? Is there anything else in its orbital space that rivals it? Every other planet owns its orbital space. Pluto does not.
Which we found out because of the other ice.
The other icy body. See, he's a fast.
Bravo,
Okay.
Nick.
Okay.
Yeah.
It loses that
Doesn't get the check.
criterion. Okay. And so Pluto at that point gets voted off the island.
Damn.
And it becomes a dwarf planet. By the way, there is an asteroid, the only one that's large enough to be spherical. It's
That's
called
what killed
Ceres.
the dinosaurs.
It's
No, Nick.
It's called Ceres, Ceres,
Okay.
which is named for the Roman goddess of harvest, and it's where we get the root for the word cereal. Ceres and cereal.
That's cute.
So it's so what am I saying? Oh, so of all the asteroids in the asteroid belt, that one is spherical.
Right.
So since it satisfied the sphere rule, but didn't clear its orbit, it got elevated from asteroid status to dwarf planet status. So Ceres got a promotion, Pluto got a demotion, and it's this new category of object called dwarf planet. So there it is, and I think Pluto's happier there. That's the whole story.
That's amazing.
Okay.
Thank you for sharing
Yes,
that.
yes,
That
there
was
you go.
unbelievable.
But hear me out.
Oh,
Still has
no.
planet in the name.
Yeah, so the Pluto holdouts want to still call Pluto a planet, just a category of planet. I don't have a problem with that.
All right.
Like we have many categories of paper, right? There's toilet paper, there's writing paper, typing paper, there's construction paper. It's all paper. So
It's a dwarf planet,
it's what kind of a planet it is? It's a dwarf planet.
but it's
There you
not
go.
technically one of our planets.
And it's not only because it was small, because Jupiter is more bigger compared to Earth than Earth is compared to Pluto. So if size were everything, if we were Jupiterians, we would just kick out Earth.
Right.
And we
And
don't.
maybe they did. I mean, we don't know if
We got to check in on that.
we don't know if people
Nick,
are
what
there,
do you
right?
know about Jupiter?
Now,
No.
this leads me
Ant
to my
Lorraine.
question.
Yes.
We don't know that there aren't, I guess I shouldn't say people, aliens on the other planets, though,
Yes, we
right?
do.
Because
There
we've
are-
never been there.
No.
Well, we have ways of knowing without actually going places. That's why we have telescopes.
First of all, Nick,
Right.
Jupiter can't inhabit life. It's gas. There's
Life
no
that we know of.
Okay, so maybe there's a life form that is gaseous.
Now, come on now.
But he's thinking gray. We
Gray
come
and
to this
with
planet.
almond eyes.
I'm thinking
That's
it
right.
could be any life, like Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay, what planet did they recently find that there may be signs of life in our solar
Mars.
system? Okay, and what did they find?
Water.
And they found molecules that.
Molecules. Don't leave me hanging.
By the way, is everybody going to be asking you about that A13 or whatever what I don't even know what it is.
Comet?
do you want to ask me about it?
I'm curious because
I don't know
it's-
what this is, other than A1 steak sauce.
there's a how would I
Wait. Do you prefer A1 or Worcestershire sauce?
Neither. I'm not a sauce person.
Yeah, I'm a sauce guy.
I'm not
Yeah, I mean, if the steak is really good, it shouldn't need a sauce.
correct.
But
That's how I feel. My brother uses ketchup.
oh, that's bad. Okay, so a friend of
So
mine
we're not
told me
there.
that Worcestershire sauce was invented in the South, and that the man was coming home from work, and his wife prepared this very special sauce, and put it on the steak, and he's tasting it. Wow, this is good. What's this here sauce? And there it got named Worcestershire sauce.
Wow.
That was the name.
She
of it.
could have poisoned him. For all he knows. Oh, I have this special sauce I just
Or
invented.
it
for
was
you.
invented in Worcester, England. Okay.
That's what I
what is it?
assumed.
Yeah, that's what I think that-
AS13. What is it called? I don't even remember.
I'll tell you. Okay, so there is the third object ever discovered. It's probably happened many times before, but the third one we know of that is interstellar, that is moving through our solar system.
Right.
Okay. Again, solar system, star planets. And we assume that there's still stuff in space that might not have allegiance to one star or another as they wander through space. So we found 3 of those. And the one I think you're thinking of is 3I. The 3 is the third discovered. I stands for interstellar, / and then the name of the discovering program or the person, place, or thing responsible for it. So I think you're thinking of 3I Atlas.
That is, because I'm currently getting confused with ZA Pokemon. So yes, that they both came out at the
They're
same time.
Not the same thing. Okay. So it has mysterious properties, as you would expect, since it is not of our solar system.
Right.
We have good data on planets, moons, asteroids, comets. So that's our family. We have good historical data on all of them. We have thousands of comets and so now it's something come from somewhere else. So it's got some properties that are a little bit mysterious. And that's fine. I don't have a. So the problem is, if you are alien adjacent and you come upon something cosmic that you don't understand, are you going to say, we don't understand it? Maybe aliens are doing this.
Right.
That's clickbait, and the press can't get enough of that. Mm-hmm. But I'm not. Love me some aliens, but I'm not that alien leaning in my accounting for what I see. There's a German poet, Rainer Maria Rilke, in Letters to a Young Poet. One of the poems, I'm not a poem memorizer, so cut me a little slack here.
You're in the right place.
There are people who memorize poems and people who don't. So the last 2 lines of one of the poems is, be at peace with all that stirs in your heart. Learn to love the questions themselves. Mm-hmm. There are people who always have to have an answer.
That's right.
This is a mysterious thing. What is it? I need to know. Okay, it's aliens. Boom. There's your answer.
Right.
What was around before the Big Bang? We got top people working on it. I need to know the answer. Okay, God did it. All right? So there are people who have to have an answer. They'll stick in the answer, and then they can sleep at night. You have to be above that as a scientist. You have to say, I don't require an answer every time I lay my head to pillow. I will bask in the questions themselves, and take on a project that will further investigate what it is I seek.
Right. I would imagine in your position when you see like all this clickbait online, Instagram and stuff, when people this interstellar object, it's aliens, it's this and that, because it's sparking one interest in something that's happening outside the planet, so space, but then the other is it's sending a bunch of disinformation for clickbait to tell people aliens are
Well, it's
coming.
primarily the work of one researcher who is making
At
these
Harvard?
associations. Yeah. It's no one else is saying that.
Right.
It's just him.
Right.
Yeah, alone.
Yeah.
Or him and his student. Right. It's just him.
Right.
Interesting.
It's just him.
Nick, how much did you follow?
I gotta be honest, I'm still stuck on the tail thing that you brought up about 20 minutes
With
ago.
Pluto.
When you say
By the way, Pluto the dog has a tail as well, just to be clear.
shut the fuck up.
Do you know
are
Pluto the
so
dog
right.
was sketched by Disney the same year that Pluto the cosmic object was discovered?
That's
And
really?
so they have the same tenure in the hearts and minds of Americans. So when Pluto got demoted, it really hit Americans harder than anybody.
Because
no one
they
else
thought of the
gave a
dog.
shit. Yeah, because we love our cartoon characters.
That's
Yeah.
spooky.
And I got another little fact. Stupid fact.
We love.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I work at a natural history museum, so even though I do astrophysics, I have colleagues who care about the tree of life, and so I'm channeling their issue here when I say it is an abomination of the mammalian order of the universe.
Mammalian. Do you know what that is? Mammals.
That Mickey Mouse, who's a mouse,
Right. Wears pants.
can own a dog. Mickey owns Pluto.
Wow.
Pluto's Mickey's dog. That is wrong.
Wow.
That is wrong. Especially since dogs have wolf DNA and a mouse owns them. So I went.
And what's even weirder is that that Mickey has pants, but Donald does not.
No, I'm getting there. So Donald has a big blousey bottom to his shirt. Plus, you have to see his tail coming out. Yeah. All right. So I had to get to the bottom of this. So I checked with Disney on this at their headquarters, actually. And I said, what's up with this? I said, here it is. In the Disney Pantheon, if you wear clothes, you can own an animal who does not.
Oh, that's crazy.
And so Mickey is a sharp dresser.
Yeah.
He's got the white gloves. He's got the thing. Okay.
Shoes.
And Pluto butt naked.
Yeah.
Okay. Got a collar that says Pluto walks on all fours, lives in a doghouse, and barks. Whereas
Donald.
no, we're on dog.
Goofy?
Goofy wears clothes.
Yeah.
Goofy
And
walks
Goofy
bipedally.
is a dog, right?
Goofy, of course, he's a dog. He's like a bloodhound or
I
something.
know, it's so confusing.
Yeah, even I knew that.
Yeah, thank you.
The cinematic universe
Don't
of
be-
Disney.
Yeah. Okay. So Goofy walks bipedally, wears clothes, is married, has kids, lives in a home,
Yeah.
and so
But because they
and
didn't
nobody
give
owns him.
Pluto a pair of pants.
That's all it is. And he speaks. Whereas Pluto, in only once did he ever speak in one of the cartoons, but most of the time he just barks. So there it is.
Wow.
I knew you didn't think you would learn that today, but
Of all the things I thought I was or wasn't going to learn today.
okay. So I interrupted
I know.
you. You were going to
No.
pick up on something.
Actually, I have another question for
You said the tail.
Oh, yes.
You're upset about
oh
the
my
tail.
God, the tail.
Yeah. Pluto would be a huge comet.
So, what?
It's made of mostly ice by
That's
volume.
why comics have that, like, with that tail that you see in space because it's ice melting.
Yeah, it's evaporating into space. Actually,
But what's
technically,
at
it's
the end of the tail?
well, it just gets thinner and thinner until you can't see it. Tails can get very long, millions of miles long.
What?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. That's why they're so visible.
Nick, what did you
in
think
space.
a comet was?
Well,
I would like to. Why don't you tell me what you thought?
I thought the comet were also rocks.
Well, it's
That shot.
frozen. It's frozen gases, and there's some rock in them as well. But that's not what renders them visible.
An asteroid is a rock.
Yes, and they're much harder to detect than a comet because many of them are just dark, and they have to be much closer typically for you to discover them. Whereas a comet starts feeling the sun's heat, and it starts evaporating. You get what's called a coma around the comet, which is huge compared with what's making the coma, and then it reflects sunlight, and then it's rendered visible in the outer solar system.
It's basically a drag show in space, Nick.
Okay. I
That's
can get
how-
on board.
Minus the eyeliner, like your eyeshadow.
Yeah.
Yeah, but keeping in that theme, they're quite flamboyant.
Okay.
They start in the outer solar system and
Spark up.
they're just there, and then as they get closer, they get very flamboyant, and the tail can be not just millions of miles long, tens of millions of miles long. Occasionally, however, and they have these orbits that cross the orbits of planets,
okay, now.
just like Pluto. All right,
Let's wake
and
that up.
As they come in, and this is stressful on them because the heat of the sun is evaporating their ice. Occasionally, they crash and burn.
Tough break.
They'll either crash into the sun, or the sun breaks them apart into many little comets as they head out.
Nick, didn't you watch The Magic School Bus?
Yes, but that was so long ago.
Well, at least you admit you're old.
That was not his intent, I'm quite sure.
Really? Do you see how he speaks to me?
What were you going to say? You had a question?
I do have a question, and I know you touch about it in the book, but I genuinely have this question.
Oh yeah, but a lot of this content is Merlin, because your curiosity is not unique. in
I'm
this
Merlin's
world.
audience. Let's
Yeah,
be real.
people.
His style of curiosity is unique. Let's just put it that
But
way.
and I narrated the audiobook.
Oh, that's fun.
Can I ask how long that takes?
So, welcome to the universe. if you're not a reader but you're a good listener, and presumably anyone listening to a podcast is a listener, you can actually get the audiobook and it's all there. And the people who ask the questions, we got other readers to give the.
Oh, I love that.
It's better that way.
Yeah.
That's
right?
fun.
Right. Because a couple of them are kids, others are old people who are like, I'm 85 and I've seen 3 eclipses, and what do you? So we get an older voice in there. So it's a fun romp through people's curiosity.
Nice.
Oh, now, what's your question, Nick?
Okay, now my question is,
God.
so we know black holes like eat things.
Yeah.
But what is a black hole?
Wait, before you
And
answer
what's
that
on the
question-
other side?
Before you answer that question, Nick, you tell us what you think a black hole is, and I want to see Neil's face as you describe it.
No.
Now, what I presume it to be
No, just go on. Go on.
is a rip in the universe.
You don't even know what that means.
You asked him to explain. Now you're
Yeah.
making fun of him?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you.
It's time for you to be silent.
Yeah,
Zip it. Go.
yeah.
Go ahead, Nick.
Nick.
A rip in the universe that sucks in things, and once you're in there, baby, you're not getting out. But it transports you to somewhere else. Am I on the right track?
He gets a B- on that.
Hey now.
He gets a B-.
I know that's right.
Are you thinking of wormholes?
Okay.
What?
I'm thinking of something from X-Men.
Hang on. So, wait. X-Men doesn't have wormholes.
Yeah, in the Phoenix Saga, that's how the
Really?
Yeah, there was with the whole space thing, and they had to get like.
Are they just
Lilandra
copying Doctor Strange?
Essentially, they're all copying each other.
In the end, they're all copying Rick and Morty.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. And I prefer Rick and Morty because at least Rick opens portals through space-time using real science.
Right.
Where
Dr.
Where
Strange
Max-
uses
Dr.
the
Strange-
ring.
it's just magic.
Yeah.
You know.
But that's more whimsical.
Well, okay. So it turns out that there's certain conditions of mass in the universe where if the supporting forces go away, it will collapse under its own weight. And it will keep collapsing until the gravity on its surface is so high that the speed of light is insufficient to escape. On Earth, we have what's called an escape velocity. It's in the book. We talk about this in the book. So what does that mean? Your grandmother told you what goes up must come down. That is not true.
What?
Almost anything you throw up will come down.
Right.
But there is a speed which if you toss it, it will never come back to Earth. And that is 7 miles per second.
Oh, I thought you were about to say 7 miles per hour, and I was like, I think I can throw faster than that.
7 miles
Per
second.
second.
If you throw it at that speed, Earth will tug on it. Earth will slow it down, but it'll get to infinity before Earth successfully brings it back.
So at one
That's
point,
called the escape velocity. And so you can imagine where there's higher gravity, the escape velocity would be higher. That's very sensible. Imagine an object where the gravity is so high that the escape velocity is greater than the speed of light. So you take a beam of light and turn it on, and it cannot escape. At the speed of light.
escape what?
The object that has the strong gravity and now has an escape velocity higher than light itself.
I see.
So and light is the fastest thing we know. So if light can't get out, you ain't getting out if you fall in. So nothing comes out. And you fall in forever, and it's dark. So in my field, we call it like it is. Black hole.
And they can appear anywhere?
No. You need the conditions to make it in the first place.
Can I ask a dumb question? Would it be like when a star dies, does that cause like a black hole? Like
Above a certain mass star, sun not included, they will make a black hole.
Okay.
So I forgot the latest number, 8 or 10 times the mass of our sun. They live their lives fast,
right.
okay? Very high luminosity. They burn all their fuel quickly, and then they die spectacularly, and they'll end as a black hole.
Right.
Yeah. So there's a black hole. Now, the equations of a black hole reveal that if you go into a black hole, a whole other universe opens up in front of you,
Wow.
a whole other space-time. And so I wouldn't call it a tear in the universe. It's more a distortion of the fabric of space and time. And in the original Merlin, which came out a year ago, there's just only 2 of them. This is the sequel. Someone asked, what happens if I fall into a black hole?
Yeah.
And so Merlin is occasionally driven to rhyme. And so I have to remember it. Okay, here we go. In a feet first dive to this cosmic abyss, You will not survive because you will not miss. The tidal forces of gravity will create quite a calamity when you're stretched head to toe. Are you sure you want to go? And then there's more to it. It goes
Wow.
on. That's Merlin composing rhyme. But anyhow, so small black holes, you are ripped to shreds. Big black holes, you can fall through without much
And you
damage
just
to
keep
your
Really?
body. Yeah, without much damage to your body. But death by black hole, that if I had to die, that's how I want to die. In fact, I wrote a whole book
Same.
called Death by Black Hole. That's what it's called. Came out like 10 years ago.
Now,
But let me tell you how to die. So how you'll die?
yeah.
Okay. So you're falling in a black hole. Your feet are closer.
I thought you were about to say how we were actually going to die.
No,
I was
no.
like, how do you
if-
know?
If you chose to do this,
Gotcha.
this is what would happen.
I'm caught up.
This is caught up. So your feet are closer to the center of the black hole than your head. So the gravity is stronger at your feet than at your head. So thank you. It will start pulling on your feet faster than at your head.
And rip you in half.
And you will start to stretch. Now, initially, nobody doesn't like a good stretch.
Right.
It feels good. But then it's unrelenting. You say, oh my gosh, this is not only not stopping, it's getting worse. And eventually, you will snap into two pieces, likely at the base of your spine. Now, below your waist, you have important organs, but not vital organs. So you will likely survive this. Your upper torso, you'll see this and experience this and feel the pain of it. But those two segments of you continue to fall. They will feel the same stretching force. So your legs will stretch, but you don't care about them anymore. And your torso will begin to stretch. You'll likely separate at the base of your neck because you got to see where you're less held together. So now you went from 1 to 2, and now you're in 4 pieces. Now your head and your torso, and that'll just keep going. Each one of these will bifurcate. Okay, 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, and you'll be a stream of particles descending to this
Like that
cosmic
kid in Willy Wonka.
abyss. But that's not the worst of it.
That's not the worst.
Right. So you are also being channeled into a narrower and narrower volume of space-time.
Okay,
Because
Ozempic.
gravity is squeezing it down.
Yeah.
Okay?
That's where they got the idea of Ozempic.
Okay. So not only are you being stretched head to toe, you're being squeezed side to side.
Damn.
And so you're effectively being extruded through the fabric of space-time like toothpaste through a tube. Have a nice day.
You know, on Grindr, someone's into that.
So I'm picturing a chicken.
What?
What?
That
How did chickens get into this?
now hear me out.
Oh, God.
When you chop the head off, they can still run around. So you're saying in there, when our head comes off, we'll still be able to see because
Yeah, so this will happen pretty quickly. So you're alive even if your heart stops for a little bit. So if you're severed at your head quickly, they did these experiments during the French Revolution.
Oh, I just read this about
Yeah. So it's, can you control your eyes? You can't speak because your
Right.
cords are gone. But for a few moments there, you can respond because your ears and your eyes all just go straight to your head. It doesn't require the rest of your body. So you'll have some awareness of this at the point your head is separated. But when your head becomes 2 parts, I think not.
Right.
so that's where the chicken came from.
Okay, except, I have an issue with people say, off with his head. Okay? Everything we know about who and what you are is in your head.
That's right.
It's in your mind. So that command, off with his head, should really be off with his body. Think about that.
Gagged them.
Think about that. Okay? So when you chop off the head of a chicken and the body keeps walking, that's the body of the chicken. That's not the chicken. The chicken is the head where the brain is. So that's just the electromotor things that the brain has no idea what it's doing. It's just going randomly. So yeah, that body has no awareness of what's happening.
Right.
But your head would, based on everything we know about neurophysics, okay, and neurophysiology. So yeah, that's
That's a black hole.
Black.
And that's how I'm going
And
to
plus,
die.
black holes don't suck. Anything that's just nearby will fall in. But if you're not nearby, you're not going to fall in. If the sun
was what I was gonna
sun
ask.
becomes a black hole right tomorrow,
Right.
it will get really
That could
cold.
happen.
If no, it's not going to happen. So don't worry about it. But if the sun were to become a black hole, it would get dark and cold instantly. But we would still orbit it without any.
But we'd be dead.
Yeah,
Eventually,
Nick, we would be
unless you
okay.
live near a river of lava where you can get energy and warmth, because there's lava on Earth that has nothing to do with the sun. So Iceland would be fine because they're sitting on top of lava deposits, and most of their energy is drawn from geothermal sources.
Wow.
So they'd be fine for longer than other people.
Bjork out here outliving all of us.
You go to Bjork.
This is one last question, then we will wrap this up.
Oh no.
The sun is a star. That I know.
That's a name of a movie.
It is.
The sun is also a star.
Starring who?
It's a love story.
Aw.
Yeah, it's a beautiful story.
Not between the sun and Pluto. No one loves Pluto, apparently.
No, we still love Pluto. We just reclassified it. So the sun is also a star is, lower budget love story.
Sure.
Teen. It's a teen love story,
Okay.
right? And if I remember correctly, someone is about to be deported unless they there it is. I'm looking at it on the
Okay.
screen. But I liked it because they fall in love in one day. And and New York is their postcard, right? And so they go to the planetarium, the Hayden Planetarium, and they see the night sky there. And then they go to then one of them knows a little bit about the night sky. And there's another scene where the sun is setting exactly on the grid of Manhattan, which we know is called Manhattan Henge.
Yeah.
And I'm honored to have been the one who named that.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yes.
Gag.
Because as a child, I visited Scotland and England to study stone monuments. We visited Stonehenge, which was fully understood at the time, or mostly understood. And the same guy who figured out Stonehenge was an observatory was our expedition leader to study other stone monuments that were not yet mapped or thought about. And so we went there. And so I was 14 or 15, I think. And I said, I want one of these for New York as a native New Yorker. I want like a henge in New York. Because remember, in Stonehenge, the sun aligns with rocks during the summer solstice and other astronomical phenomena. So I came back, and back in 2001, I published a picture of Manhattan Henge. And it's, you have right there.
What
yeah.
streets is it on and what day of
It's
the
on,
year?
remember, it's a grid. So every single street that crosses every single. This is the first ever photo of it, and it's a.
That's so crazy.
Yeah. So now
34th?
So now tens of thousands of people crowd the streets.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a whole event.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, here's what people do: they take their telephoto lens, but no. What makes it a henge is that it's at the vanishing point
Right.
of your shot.
Right.
That's what makes it interesting. But people take a telephoto, they don't really know what they're looking
They're
for.
doing it wrong.
That's
Tell 'em.
amazing.
Tell 'em right now. They're doing it wrong.
Yeah, and one time I was there. A good place to view it is on the Tudor City overpass over 42nd Street, because you can be in the middle of the street without blocking traffic, and you're very far east, so that you look across the width of Manhattan.
That's how you know you're New Yorker, when you're like, I didn't block traffic.
And it's across Hudson River, and it's setting over New Jersey. Total vanishing point, and with tall buildings to frame it. So I'm there a few years ago, and I'm on a hat, so I'm not totally recognized. And so I'm standing up. It was very crowded, and an old lady who brought out a chair hours earlier said, "Down in front, Sonny." It was like, and I wanted to say, the only reason why you're here is because but that was on the inside.
Right, sure.
Then I said, okay, and then I sat down. I just didn't want to create a scene. But yeah, so in The Sun is Also a Star, it's a love story that's sprinkled with astronomy dust, if it will. But anyway, so yes, The Sun is Also a Star, and you would have known that had you seen that film.
Yes. Well, I did know the sun was a star. My question ultimately is the sun going to one day die and explode? And do we know when that's coming?
Yeah.
We do?
Yeah. Next question. You have another?
Wait, are you doing a bit you actually know?
Yes. Well, I'm an astrophysicist. This is the kind of stuff we know.
I didn't know we could predict that.
Yeah. Yeah. In about 5 billion years, the sun will.
I was like,
In
Neil,
5
I've got to go. I got things to do.
billion years. 5
Billion?
years from
Oh,
now.
please, I'll be dead.
That is a certainty. Probably our species will no longer exist either.
Wow.
The average life expectancy of a mammalian species is about. Tell them what mammalian means again.
Mammals.
It's about 3 million years. So we're not likely to be around for this.
And we're only at 2,000.
What?
No.
What?
Wait, are you how Christian? You're Christian.
No, he's not Christian. I mean, he looks like a Christian cult with that shirt on. But
Yeah, Jesus was around.
Nick, the
2,000
Colosseum
years
was
ago.
built 2,000 years ago. You think humans just...
the pyramids 5,000 years ago. So you need to up your.
Well, the pyramids were by aliens.
Oh, my
There it is. You see,
God.
he doesn't understand how the pyramids could be built.
Right.
So you
I
invoke
truly,
aliens.
and I
So
watch,
it's you're invoking aliens of your ignorance.
and I do, because I watch documentaries on the pyramids. But I still can't grasp
He
it.
means he's watched the History Channel.
Right. He's like ancient aliens.
But Stonehenge, I still don't understand. I can't explain that.
That doesn't mean it's made by aliens.
But it could be.
However,
it doesn't.
okay. My podcast. I have a podcast too.
Yeah,
it's
Star
called
Talk.
Star Talk. So we
Which I
went-
first heard when you had Joan Rivers on years
Oh
ago.
my
That's how I found out
gosh!
about you.
Oh my, that's deep.
It was a great
That's
episode.
a deep dive
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah.
We were at her apartment in the Upper East Side for that. So what was I talking about before you Joan
Stonehenge.
Rivers me?
Stonehenge.
What about it?
Joan Rivers.
I said Stonehenge was, we don't know if
Oh
it's by
yeah.
aliens.
So my podcast went to London for a conference, and we said, why don't we just do like a travel log? And then I realized, oh my gosh, today is the summer solstice, and I had not pre-figured that. And I said, let's go to Stonehenge tonight and watch the sunrise over the Heelstone. And everyone would have already done it on the solstice because they think that's the only day this would happen. But solstice, sol means sun. That's the Latin, is sol terra luna.
Yep.
Okay. And stis means stationary. Like armistice is stationary arms, the end of the First World War, Armistice Day. Now, Veterans Day, November 11th. So the next day, the sun will still do the same thing because the sun's movement along the horizon slows down, stops, hangs out for a few days, and then goes back. So it's a multiple day thing, but no one else knew that. So we hire a people mover. There's like 10 of us, and there's a driver, and he's kind of intrigued by this, right? And so we drive out to Stonehenge. We're filming each other, talk about it. And I thought, I want to ask, we got to get the driver in on this. And so I said, so what do you think of this? He said, I think aliens did it. He thinks it's a portal for aliens. So then I said to him, really? If aliens did it, don't you think it might be made out of something other than rocks? Do you think maybe there'd be some, maybe, I'm
Right.
just saying.
Some sort of Atlantis
But maybe
technology.
they would-
something other than rocks. And he laughed, and I think he came around after that.
But I think they took rocks from here and formed it.
For what?
We don't know. There's no way to know.
It's literally, he just said it's for the solstice. It's about,
Yeah, it aligns with the.
so
aligns-
a person made that.
yes, because why would aliens come to this planet just so that they could see
Line
the
up
sun
rocks
at a
too.
certain position? Wait, it doesn't even make sense.
That doesn't even make sense. It reminds me of when we saw lights over New Jersey. Do you remember a couple of
Oh,
months
the
ago?
drones,
all
yeah.
Many were drones. Some were unexplained. So I'm on CNN, and they're saying, "What do we think?" And here I said, I'm an Earthling, so I have Earth sensibilities. So I can't think for an alien. But if I were an alien, and I'm visiting Earth for the first time, it would not be New Jersey. I'm sorry. No offense to New Jersey.
No offense.
We got Hawaii.
We mean the offense.
We got Hawaii. We got the Himalayas.
Right.
We got Tahiti.
Mount Everest.
I said the Himalayas. Yeah, that's it. The Himalayas, Mount Everest is K1, and sorry.
I'm learning so much.
See what I deal with? My God.
That really blew
Yeah,
my
so
mind.
so no one is asking
Himalayan
the motives
salt.
of the aliens. Well, why would an alien do that? So
Right. I thought Stonehenge was just found like that. Someone built that?
yeah, it's the problem is it was not built in the era where the writing existed, so we don't have a record of
Okay.
it. So all you can do is infer what population of peoples were. We used to think it was the Druids, but I think not. Not that I think it, but further research might have shown that it was not the Druids, it was others. But there's still, Druids conduct a religious ritual on the solstice every year.
But Nick, you understand that it looked different. It didn't look like it looks now. It's been completely eroded. That it had multiple rows.
Yeah, there are other
of-
rings on it. Yeah, so it's well preserved compared to others
Right.
of its ilk. But anyhow, what started this was that there's Manhattan in the movie The Sun is Also a Star. And I just told you how I came up with the Manhattan
Creator. The creator of the universe.
I feel like before we go, because I
Yeah.
know you guys have to go,
Yeah.
but I want to, can you pull up the clip of Nick not understanding clouds?
I still don't believe it. How are they so still in the sky? We'll never know. We will never
Neil
know.
knows.
Aliens.
Yeah, aliens.
It's the only answer.
aliens.
You did very well. You did very well.
I know, I did as
Even in
best
your,
I could.
in your frustration.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. Clouds are not stable. They're
Same.
always forming. That's why if you take a time lapse of a cloud, you'll see it churning. But it's churning slowly enough so if you just glance at it, you're not thinking this. But any time lapse, every smartphone has a time lapse feature on it now. Just set up it for like 5 minutes, and you'll watch this. Okay. When something is floating and you ask how much does it weigh, the fact that it's floating means it weighs nothing. Hang on. Okay. It's like, look, he's like Jesus here. Jesus the Redeemer. What are you?
His hands came down real quick in shame.
Okay. You can't go and get a bathroom scale, stick it under the cloud, and have it show 1,000,000 pounds. Okay? That's not how that works. You know, how much does a helium balloon weigh? That's kind of the same question. Okay? It just floats up.
Right.
How much does it weigh?
You weigh the balloon.
No, it's got helium in it. How much does that weigh? If it's stuck on the ceiling, you put a scale under it, it just says 0. Okay, actually, it would be negative because it's pushing up against the other side. So anytime we give the weight of something that is otherwise buoyant, what we mean is remove the source of buoyancy, then weigh it. So helium is lighter than air. Get rid of the air, it'll sink like a brick and sit on your scale and you can weigh the helium balloon. Get rid of all the air that's creating the buoyant force for the cloud will drop like a brick, put it on a scale, you'll get 1,000,000 pounds. Put the air back in, it is warmer than it surrounds and it's that the particles are lighter and there it goes as it ascends. And by the way, do you know the air you breathe? It's like nitrogen and oxygen, and they're molecules. So nitrogen has 14 particles in its nucleus, and the molecule is 2 nitrogens. So that means it has 28. Okay? So the weight of nitrogen, let's call it 28. What's the weight of water? What's the water molecule?
H2O.
H2O. The atomic weight of hydrogen is 1. So 2 hydrogens, that's 2. And O is 16. So 2 plus 16 is 18. So water vapor is way lighter than the air you breathe.
And legal.
So when they talk about whales, and they say, how much does that whale weigh? Oh, bajillion to gajillion pounds. No, it weighs nothing in the ocean.
Right.
What?
Because the water is a buoyant
the
force.
buoyancy.
And so that's why a whale can just do whatever it wants. So what do we mean when we say how much it weighs? We mean pull it out of the water.
Out of the buoyancy.
And stick it on ground. Okay, now you weigh it.
Right.
Now you get 1 bajillion pounds and it cannot hold up its own weight unless it's in the water, which is why a beached whale is as good as a dead whale.
Right.
I'm going to tell my doctor the next time I'm there to remove the buoyancy before he weighs me.
My God.
So that's correct. There's a buoyant force acting on us on the scale. So we just agree that your weight on the scale is your weight, even though you weigh slightly less because you are in air. If I put you in a vacuum chamber, you would weigh slightly more because of that.
Wow. I've honestly learned so much.
I got another
He
one.
has.
Ready? If you ever go into a swimming pool and put on goggles,
Chlorine or salt?
it won't matter, and watch people. No, that's a good question. He's very precise.
Thank you.
And go down and look at people's feet at the bottom.
Okay.
Almost everyone is just on their toes.
Yeah.
They're buoyant in the water.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was because they couldn't touch all the way.
That could also be, but it won't matter. It's easy to walk on your toes when
Because there's no...
they weigh
Weight.
less for being. If some of them is out of the water and others in, they still weigh less because the part of you in the water has a buoyant force. So what do you weigh now?
170.
You're a lot. You weigh 80 pounds. I wish. Yeah. So if you're 170 pounds and you step in the water, you might be 150 pounds or 140 pounds in the water, not fully submerged, because then
Sure.
you're fully buoyant like the
then
whale.
you're nothing.
Then you're nothing, depending on how fat you are. But yes, you'll be more buoyant with more fat because muscle sinks, fat floats.
That's why I can't float.
You're a bad floater.
I'm
Yes.
a bad floater.
I'm a terrible floater.
I've never been able to float in the water.
He's bragging that he's buff. I'm a
I-
terrible.
Yeah.
But even when I was a kid, I remember I'm such a bad swimmer. I literally could never ever float. I just can't figure. I'm a terrible swimmer
Because he's buff and he goes to
because I work out.
Yeah, so fat gives you more buoyancy. So point is, if you're halfway in the water, then you're half buoyant, takes away maybe half your weight, whatever, and you're walking around on your toes, you only weigh 80 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've learned so much today.
Yeah, this
As
was-
should be anyone's day.
True.
In life.
It's not every day we get to talk to someone that
Lest
actually
that
is smart.
Day be
We just have
wasted.
each other.
yeah.
And go find the clip, the cloud clip.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
10 minutes. It's quick.
Okay,
And
I will.
And we get the job done.
I
Well,
will.
thank you so much for
Well,
doing
thanks for
this.
having
No,
me.
this was unbelievable.
Thanks, and Nick is just
curious learner.
there.
You can't just not care about learning, because then I can't help you.
Right.
Especially as an adult. But if you're an adult and you care about learning, I don't care where you start. I care where you finish.
Just call me George. I'm constantly curious.
Oh my God.
So everyone
The
watching-
dumbest
Oh, wait.
thing.
Yeah.
Speaking of George.
Bush?
No, just George. I have to slip this in. I know we're over time
right.
here. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
The first planet ever discovered was Uranus, because the other planets weren't visible to the naked eye, and cavemen knew about Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. We knew those, okay? In his telescope, he discovers a planet, and he's in denial of it because because no one has ever discovered a planet. He thinks it's a comet. People have discovered comets before. This research paper said, on the account of an unusual comet, odd that this comet shows no fuzz, no tail. I'll keep an eye on it. He kept an eye on it. It never showed a tail or fuzz. Bada bing, he discovers a planet. No one had named a planet before. So this is William Herschel in the late 1700s. His benefactor is King George. He does what any good scientist will do. He named it after his benefactor. So he called this new planet George. By the way, that's the same George of our American Revolution. So the
I
late
just learned that.
the late 1700s. Okay, there's like 1787. That King George, who we warred against to make our country. All right. So I have books from the late 1700s, early 1800s that enumerate the planets from the sun: Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, and George.
Wow.
George was the name of a planet for like 30 years.
Damn. And when
could
did it
have
get
had-
changed?
Okay, so people said we can't. People said, no, we're not doing this, all right? So we said, okay, the others are named after Roman gods. Let's get a Roman god. So Uranus, which is almost the same in Greek and Roman, Uranus. And so as a recompense, because you don't want to piss off the Brits
Sure.
in 1800.
Sure.
They rule the world. Okay, so the geopolitics of this are delicate. So I said, okay, instead of naming any moons we find after Greek characters in the life of the Greek god, who's the counterpart to the Roman god after whom the planet is named, we will instead name them after fictional characters in Shakespearean literature.
Oh.
So the Brits are in there via Shakespeare just to calm them down because we took away the name of their king and replaced it with the Roman god. So my daughter is named for one of those moons, Miranda.
Oh.
And I knew it was a moon name. I didn't know Shakespeare. And I told my wife, I said, if we have a daughter, I'd like to name her Miranda. And she said, oh, you mean after the heroine in Shakespeare's The Tempest? And I said, yeah.
Or the heroine. Or the
That's exactly what I meant.
Or the heroine in Sex and the City, Miranda.
Okay, but the Shakespeare Miranda was the very first time in print.
Wow.
Yeah. So Miranda precedes Sex and the City.
Sure. Sure.
So anyhow, and there are others. There's Puck. There's Oberon. There's if you read, especially the fictional characters, so especially Midsummer's Night Dream, where there are all these fanciful characters. So that's the exception to the moon naming rule in the solar system from a planet that was once named George. I had to slip that in there.
George and Karen.
We loved it.
We got
And
George and Karen
Karen,
in
right,
there.
right.
One day there will be a Nick.
And I had an issue with Curious George.
Oh.
Yeah, because they kept calling him a monkey, but he's a chimpanzee. Yeah, curious monkey. No, he's a
curious chimpanzee.
He's a chimpanzee.
Which has the
he's a great
alliteration.
ape. He's a great ape.
There we go.
Yeah.
Thank you so much,
Yeah,
Neil, for
thank
doing
you
this.
Yeah,
so
sorry we
much
went
for coming on
long
the
here.
show.
No,
Oh,
it's all-
thanks for the
Yeah,
shout out
absolutely.
for the book.
Neil's
Nick,
book,
to the
Neil
camera,
deGrasse
Nick.
Tyson, Just Visiting This Planet. Get it anywhere you can get books,
Yeah.
really.
And there's the audio book.
And the audiobook narrated by Dr. Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Welcome to Merlin's Tour of the Universe. No. Okay.
And more of these conversations on your talk show on YouTube.
Oh yeah,
Star Talk.
Yeah. So it's always science brought down to earth. My co-host is a professional comedian, so the comedians have value.
Somewhat.
They can plug into society in important ways, so people can learn while they smile.
Yeah.
And there's no better way to become educated on this planet.
Well, thank you so
that.
much for coming
All
on the
right,
show.
guys,
You were
good.
unbelievable. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
All right.
Thank you all for watching and listening to another episode. Please like, comment, subscribe. Please join our Patreon. And until next time.